Hi, my name is Natalie Jiles, and I'm going to discuss my lesson plan that I did with my 7th grade tag students at Woodland Middle School, entitled Visit a Biome. In connection with the study of biomes and life science, this engaged learning project involved the students creating a virtual field trip by way of a screencast about a biome of their choice. In doing so, they were to include a persuasive argument as to why tourists should visit their biomes. Community members who are travel agents and scientists had the opportunity to mentor the students throughout this project by way of webcams. The students took on the role of the explorer and the producer, and the teacher assumed the role as the facilitator. This performance task consisted of language arts and science standards. Being that our students typically score lower on science than any other content area, I felt that integrating this subject into the project would only enhance their knowledge of biomes. Writing is another area for improvement at our school. Therefore, the main focus of this project will be persuasive writing. The standards included: write arguments to support claims with clear reasons and relevant evidence, conduct short research projects to answer a question drawing on several sources and gathering additional related, focused questions for further research and investigation, gather relevant information from multiple print and digital sources using search terms effectively. And students will examine the dependence of organisms on one another and their environments. Describe the characteristics of Earth's major terrestrial biomes. The first couple of days, I allowed my students to research information about their biomes, such as a map of where the biome existed, landforms that exist in the biome, people who live in these biomes, information about the biome's climate, examples of food chains which exist within the biome, what places should a visitor be sure to see, and information about why people should visit your biome. Once the students had all of their basic information about their biomes, they could begin searching for images of their biomes. One of the tools that we used was Google Earth. Google Earth was great for exploring and creating 3D images. I was not very familiar with this app, so I had to experiment with it prior to showing my students how to use it. I would definitely suggest implementing any tool or app into a lesson prior to using it with your students. Once their research was completed, they could begin creating their virtual field trips. I decided to have the students do this with a screencast due to the essence of time. The students used Screencast-O-Matic, and they seemed to be very comfortable with this tool. They took turns narrating a slide apiece. Although the students had 10 days to complete this task in class, I entered each group of students in a Google Hangout. Google Hangout allowed the students to meet outside of class to discuss anything additional regarding this assignment. We spent 3 days presenting the group's screencast in class. This gave ample opportunity for each group to present and for the students to ask questions that they may have had. As each group presented, I assessed them and their virtual field trip with a rubric that I created using Rubistar. The rubric allowed for 50 possible points, and once all groups presented, I allowed the groups to come back together and do a peer assessment on one another. Overall, I was very pleased with the creativity that the students displayed in their virtual field trips. It was a time-consuming assignment on the planning end, but it was definitely worth it and beneficial to the students.